Good evening and welcome to tonight's special game. I decided to change it up a little bit tonight. I was feeling a little nostalgic and wanted to play something a little bit different. So I whipped out my Tandy color computer or Radio Shack color computer. They're Tandy Radio Shack, same place. Um, that's what TRS stands for anyway, Tandy Radio Shack. So I'm playing on my Tandy Radio Shack. It's a TRS-80 color computer MC-10 or the microcomputer MC-10, and it's this tiny little computer, and I don't want to move the one I got hooked up, but I got two, so I'm going to show you the other one. Welcome back. So this is the MC-10. It is a small little microcomputer from the 80s. It's really small, and in the back you have your cassette input, a COM port, the reset button, and this is where you would do your memory expansion, which I only have one of, which is plugged into my other one, so that I could play the games. And you have a RF out and a power port and an on-off switch. Now, this is very similar to the earlier game by the earlier computer, the Sinclair ZX81 or ZX81, but overseas they call it the ZX81. As you look at the keyboard, it's got all the commands programmed on there. So you just hit the control key over here and one of the buttons, and that command is automatically typed in, and it saves you, because what it does is it reduces that command. Instead of being 8-bit, for each letter, it's 1 bit for that special command. So they programmed it in there to save on memory, because this by default only has 4K. And then it comes with a 16K expansion pack that brings it up to 20K. The ZX81 came with 1K of RAM, and it was upgraded to 16K with an expansion pack. And I also have that one. Oh, let me go show you the comparison between the two. Is it in this drawer? No. Is it in that drawer? No. It's not in that drawer or that drawer. It's in. What drawer is it in? And we're back. And you can see them both side by side here somewhat. And this is the Timex Sinclair, which is just a rebranded Sinclair ZX81. And this is the Timex, the Tandy Radio Shack MC-10. And you can see they're very similar, except the MC-10 actually has a keyboard somewhat. It's a little chitlet keyboard as opposed to the membrane. But if you look at the keys, you'll see the same thing. It's got the commands are already on there and everything. This is a much better one because it is color and has more RAM and can do more than this one. But this is my first computer. I bought this one later on in life because it's actually really kind of cool to play with, and I'm going to show you some of those games. So let's go ahead and get started. Enough show and tell. Whoops, we're at the wrong thing. There we go. Okay, so we're going to start by loading the game, which is cload M. Enter. Now it's waiting for me to play the cassette. So I got to turn on my speakers so I can play the sound. You guys are going to hate me for this for a minute, but you're actually going to be hearing computer code being transferred into the system. So we can play pinball. Now you may or may not hear it. So it's going to take a few seconds to load. Actually, total time is a minute and a half and 18 seconds. So if you want to skip forward a minute and 18 seconds, I don't blame you if you're listening to this song right now. Let me bring it up and it'll be over by the time I get to bring it up. Yep, I can hear it there. Yep. The computer wants to hear it, but we don't want to hear it. But we only got 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's done. So yay, sorry about your ears. Like I said, mute it for a minute, but now we are up and we are going to type in execute because it's a machine language. Oops. Dang it. So it's execute. Thank you. All right. Let's play some pinball, shall we? All right. All right. I know. The sound is horrible, but that's actually what we used to listen to play games. That's how we had to load the games into the computer. You were actually hearing ones and zeros being transferred from what back then would have been a cassette tape. This, what you don't actually see is I have a cable plugged into my computer that's plugged into my new computer, and it is playing the sounds into the MC-10. And let me turn this phone volume off. I forgot to do that, sorry. So let's go ahead and let's play some pinball. Lost World Pinball. And I got, it's like everything wants to pop up now. Okay, so let's go. Let's go. Let's do this. There we go. Lost World Pinball. So enter to launch. And you can see boop, 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 boop. Oh no! We lost the ball. So enter to launch. So we're going to launch. Launch. Okay. Oh, go, go. And I play on this a lot. This is a fun system. And you can see a little picture of it there with the expansion pack on it in my screen there. And there is no controller. I have to use a keyboard for this. So also I want to apologize that I've had to work a lot of extra hours this week to get some projects done. And oh no, I missed it. And so it's ate into a lot of my game playing time. Oops. There we go. Look at that. 400 points. Did you see they're like little dragons down there, or dinosaurs sticking out their tongues or something to block the path there? You got to kind of use your imagination with these older games, but and then you can see the little dinosaur flying around the valley over there as the volcano erupts. Go, 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 go. All right, so 590, that was my score. Let's see if I can beat that. Space bar to play, enter to launch the ball. And you should hear the beeps and everything. I hope you're hearing the beeps. Come on, give me some points. I'm trying to beat that 590. Up. One down the drain. Hey, you could almost think it looks like a unicorn if you look at it right. Oh, didn't do that one very well, did I? Now you're probably saying, well, what? Why are you playing on real hardware? You can emulate this on your machine and it would load. Well, it doesn't load any faster. You still got to play the cassette files in the emulator, but they're emulated, but they do load the same way. Same sounds. They're just different file types, but there's something about playing on the real hardware. You know, pushing the little chitlet keys and playing. Now, I will say the next game, I'm going to play 2 games for you tonight. I'm going to play pinball, Lost World Pinball here. Oh, get it, get it, get it. No. Thought I was going to get it up there. Thought I was going to get it up there. Whoa! That was crazy. That's like some kind of transporter there. My car alarm just went off for some reason. Hey, I got both of those. I don't know what it does, but it gives me points. Oh, almost lost that one. Oh, no, oh. No, 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 no. Okay, good. Whoa, did you see it zip across? Oh, so I got 1350 that time. So let's go ahead and switch over, and we are going to play Pac-Man this time. So I'm going to power off the system and power back on. And you can see Microcomputer Basic 1.0, copyright 1982, Microsoft. So it's kind of a version of Microsoft Basic on here. A lot of computers licensed Basic or had Basic designed for them by Microsoft. Lots of them. So let's go ahead and C-load. Now I could type C-load, but let's go ahead and reset that. And I can hit the control key and the number 4, and it brings up C-load. I just have to hit M and then enter. And this time when I play Pac-Man, I'm going to go ahead and mute that from you guys. And I'm going to... Oh, no, we got an error. It looks like I did not get it to... And this happens a lot. This happens a lot when you load in these old games. So let's go ahead and try that again. Control L M enter, and so we got that all over here. We're going to press play. And Pac-Man, there we go. This time you guys won't get to hear the sounds. I hope you're not hearing the sounds. But the computer's hearing the sounds. Which is all that needs to happen. Now, Pac-Man's a little bit more difficult to play. Let's see how much longer we have to wait on the load time. All right, we got a good minute left. So we're going to go ahead and switch over while that's loading. Now, to play Pac-Man, I have to use the arrow keys, which you see right here. You know, the right and left and down. It's hard to do this over the camera. And up. So you can see the 4 arrow keys there. And that's what I got to use to play Pac-Man. That little, I mean, that's not very big. And I got big fingers, as you can see, you know, so boop, 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 you know. So, and yes, I have typed in games on this thing, out of books and everything, and played around with programming on this. Um, and I had a hard drive die in this system, and I lost those files. So I can't show you any of those. I was working on a clone of Adventure, and I didn't save it, unfortunately, and so I lost it. So let's go execute and enter, and there's Pac-Man. Waka waka waka. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the sound back on because we're no longer doing beeps and stuff. But what's funny is if you were to plug in an MC-10 and hit C load M when that was playing, it would actually have loaded the pinball game for you to play. So it's kind of funny. So there's Pac-Man on the MC-10. So let's go ahead and get started with this. We're going to hit enter to start. And actually, it's not very bad. Oh, oops, went the wrong way. Getting these fingers going is hard because you gotta know where your fingers are and what button you're pushing. I will not get very far in this, I can tell you that now. Oh, look. Hey, 2. I'm at 3. I'm happy. Get off of me, get off of me, get off of me. No, go back. No, he got me. Like I said, this is hard. Takes a little bit of practice. No, get away from me. Look at that. I got the, got another ghost. Oh, let's get that one. Oh, no! I didn't make it very far at all. Oh, that's funny. Oh, this is so much fun. Look at the difference between this Pac-Man and the other Pac-Mans you've seen me play. This is a lot of fun. All right, let's try this again. Oh, no! He got me. Oh, this is so much fun. Oh. No! Oh, I hit the wrong button. Now, if you watch my intro, you will see me playing a basic port of Moon Patrol by a great programmer and fan of the MC-10, Jim Geary. And so there's a little bit of that in my intro that you can see me play. And it's a basic rendition, and it's a lot of fun. I think I actually have a gameplay footage of it on my website, on my channel. I think maybe I'll upload that to... Oh, no, he turned. You know what? I think I'll put links to any of my MC-10 games that I've played. I've played a few. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but I'm happy I did. Oh, they got me. I don't think I'm going to get off of this first board. That's my goal. Let's get off the first board. I'm not going for high scores. I'm going for getting off the first board. the turn. Oh. There wasn't a ton of commercial games or software available for this, but this one is to me one of the better. I think they did a really good job with this in bringing Pac-Man to this little. Oh, I hit the wrong key again. Like I said, it's hard. Oh, I wish I could show you my hands on this keyboard. It's not easy to do this at all. Get out of there! Get out of there! Get out of there! Okay, I made it. Okay. Oh no no no! Oh no no no! Oh, come on, let's get off this board. Come on, eat those dots. I'll eat them. Uh-oh, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get off the board. Yay! We go to the next board. Oh, and you can clearly see it's color. I mean, there's a lot of color in this. No, go down, go down, go down. No, go down, go down, go down, go down, go down. Go. No, go down, go down, go down. I did it. Come here, come here, come here. Come. Oh no, almost got the strawberry. Go, 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 no! Hey, go, 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 go. Oh, I can't believe I did that. Oh, I survived. Hey, I got the strawberry. Oh, no. Oh, oh, I can't believe I didn't die there. Oh, oh, that's a lot of fun. Oh, I get it. I'm going to play this again. I'm having so much fun. I don't know if it shows. Oh, this is fun. My trip to the Southern Fried Game Room Expo just got me long. And oh no no no! Get away! Get away! Get away! Oh! I didn't hit the button in time. Oh, it just got me in the mood for old stuff, and then work has been really kind of stressful. So I really playing these old games. These things really just kind of take my mind off of everything. Oh! Oh no 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 no! Oh, we're gonna do that again. This is a blast. For all my super nerdy friends out there, I highly recommend. I'll put a link to Jim's webpage in the description, and you can go out and play some of these games. On his website, he has a JavaScript emulator of the computer out there that's really awesome. I've had some of my buddies have gone out there and played. Lots and lots of fun. As you get the keys down, it gets easier. No, 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 no. I didn't. Oh, I did all that. Oh, no, no, no. I couldn't. Oh, I was talking about the keys and I go and screw up. Oh, so bad. I did. I messed that up bad. Oh, and I just missed getting the fruit. That's what's bad about it. Oh. This is just such a fun game. Oh, I was like chasing him. Oh, he got me. You know, I didn't even notice if this kept high scores or not. I just to know what my highest score is. And that's gonna be it. Let's see if it keeps high score. I think it does. I think it keeps. Looks like. All right, let's try this again. Let's see. Let's see if I can get 10,000. Oh, isn't it fun when the ghosts line up so you can get them all? Look at that. I think they're mad though. I mean, it's very close. Oh, I went the wrong way. Oh, I went the wrong way. Like I said, it's, oh, remembering to hit the right keys. There are instructions for converting. I just need those two bucks. There is a there are instructions out there on how to make an adapter to use an Atari joystick on the MC-10. I do have those. It's one of those projects. Oh, how did it? Oh, I don't know how I survived that, but I'm close to the 10,000. Come on, I've already beat my last score. I'll take it. Oh, I'm dead. But I got one more man. Let's see if I can get to the next board. Come on, come on, come on. All right. Third board. I don't know if there are any cutscenes in this or not. I think this is. Oh, there are. Look at that. That's impressive. That's impressive. Really? Like I said, I don't know why, but I have so much fun playing on this computer. Oh, and that's it. That's it. I'm done. Alright, so I'm going to switch this over. So these were two games I never played before tonight. I've loaded Pac-Man, and I'd done it briefly, but I haven't really gotten that far because, like I said, the keys were really hard to control. But it's a lot of fun. So seeing that cutscene, really, I love it. They put a lot. They packed a lot into this little thing. It's really neat, and I really do look to program some more stuff for it. It's because it is just a really neat little machine to play with and have. I'm really glad that I have it in my collection. I picked it up for the recent one. I got the manual, the box, and the extended color base Tandy Color Computer extended basic tutorial book. Oh, where is it at? Where is it at? It's up there on this shelf. Up there on this shelf. I don't. Oh, there it is. Yes, here. Let me show you. Oh, there she blows, and so now let's show you these real quick. Let's My cat runs around in the background. And you will see that this is the manual for the, which you don't get with these with computers anymore. But this actually shows you everything to use the computer and programming and screens and all kinds of good stuff. And if you download the emulator, which I'm going to have in the description below, it includes the manual in a Word, in HTML form, and it brings up a web page and you can search it and all that fun stuff. This is a lot of fun. The emulator is a lot of fun. And it also came with Getting Started with Color Basic. And it teaches you how to program a computer in BASIC. It's really neat. I've actually played with it. I've done some graphics with it. I made a little ship that goes up and down, and I made another ship off to the side. So I'm working on a game, but I'm not real good at programming. It's been a long, long time since I've worked in programming, BASIC. So I'm having to learn some things because I was an Atari guy. I know Atari Basic. I can do games and stuff in Atari Basic. And I'm probably going to do some of those later on. I got so much I can do. There's so much cool stuff in the world, but not as much time. Need more time. Free time. Free time would be awesome. But I get electrical interference every now and then on the screen here. You could probably see it waving in there. That's the only bad side is that, look at that, we got a problem there. We'll go ahead and reset that, and it brings us back to that. Let's see if it's still in memory. It's not there, but yeah. So I'll go ahead and unplug it, and you can see that you would plug these cables into your tape recorder, microphone, speaker, and this one is for the control mechanism. So when you would type load, it would automatically play and stop and send signals to the tape recorder accordingly, if it was capable of that. Not all of them did it. I think I have a Panasonic cassette tape, and I believe it has that. That's why I bought it. I haven't looked. It's in a drawer. I haven't brought it out. I mean, it's on the other end of the house. I haven't used it in a long time. It was part of my, I used it with my, ooh, it's getting rough. That screen's getting bad. There's a lot of interference on the electrical side, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that off because it's distracting. Okay, we're going to turn that off as well. So all we're going to see is a black screen over there. Now it's going to go blue. Only because it's really distracting seeing that static on the screen over there, and we don't want to see that. So yeah, I do program on this. It's a lot of fun. It's really neat. Go ahead and unplug it, and I'll show you with the memory pack installed. It plugs in there nice and solid, but if you bump it, the computer will go and wonky, and you saw it there. That's what will happen. So I bought it for $30 on eBay with the book, with the books, the box, the whole thing. It's really nice. The box is in pretty good shape. It does have, from where I guess they had put tape on it to hold it closed, and it tore off, because you can see some of the tape residue there. But it is the original box, and bopping around inside of it right now is another cable. This is the COM cable for printers. They did have a printer. I do want to eventually get the printer for it just so that it can have the whole computer. The whole computer, yeah. It had like a plotter type computer printer. It's pretty neat, pretty neat. But and the first one I got without the box, and I got for like 20 bucks. And then I bought the memory expansion for, and I think I got that one for 20 bucks as well. I would like to get another memory expansion to plug into, so I have one for both of my MC-10s, so they're they're both complete and usable. I do enjoy it. I don't know why. It's a lot, but it's fun. But I was an Atari guy, so learning basic. I'm learning some. I have to learn some new stuff on how to make things. But it's neat. But the unfortunate thing is, this book is for programming on the big brother to this, which is the color computer 1, 2, and 3. And I have a color computer 2. So what I'm learning to program on this, I can transfer over to that kind of rather easily and everything. But a lot of the commands are the same. It's just some of the screen resolution, and some things aren't 100%. They had to leave out some functionality in the basic to fit it into such a small machine. But it is fun, and like I said, I will put in the link below to Jim Jerry's page, where he is really, there's no other way to put it, but a prolific programmer for the MC-10. I know I have played Oregon Trail on this. I actually played it live, Oregon Trail, and I've played Dungeon Crawl, and one of my favorite games that he ported, Caves of the Unwashed Heathen. Cave of the Unwashed Heathen. One, I love the name. That's awesome. Just Cave of the Unwashed Heathen is awesome. But the game itself is even better for Dungeon Crawl at the time. And I will put the links down below to them as well. They're awesome, awesome games. And I hope you enjoyed this, seeing me play these two. Those are machine language games. Those were not basic games. Those were machine language. But I hope you enjoyed me seeing me play those. They are a ton of fun to play. The pinball was a little bit slower than I expected, but I had fun. Pac-Man was a blast. One, because playing with the keys was difficult, but I enjoyed it thoroughly. It was a fun night. I enjoyed it. Tomorrow night, back to playing other games, because I missed a bunch of nights this week because of work. I didn't want to start the series where I'm playing video games based on board games. So I'm going to start that probably this weekend, if not next Monday. We'll just go through that way. But for now, I was going to play my Odyssey 2 tonight, because I haven't played any of those games, but it looks like I have to do some repair work to it. It's probably going to have to be what we call recapped, where I have to replace the capacitors, because it's old. It's really old. It's Atari old, like 1976, 77. So, we're talking 40 years old there. It's an old system. Once again, but it's a lot of fun. It's really neat. Very simple graphics, but fun games. They did a lot of really cool stuff with that old system. I actually took, I think I have, and if I do, I have gameplay of Odyssey 2 out there, of a game called Speedway, where your cars are coming down the screen and you got to get past them. Pass how many cars can you pass in 2 minutes? Um, I did a video game rendition of that in HTML5, and it is on my website. You can go out there and play it. I think I called it Speedway, as a matter of fact, based on that's what they call it on the Odyssey 2. So I called it Speedway. Pretty much the same game, except it is touch based, and you can play it on your phone. And soon it will be available in the App Store for Android users or on my website for you iOS users, because I am not ready to pay Apple $100 or however much it is a year to be in their App Store. Sorry, not ready to do that yet, and then have them take a bunch of the money on top of it. Nope, sorry, not going to do it. But anyway, I get why they do it, but that's another rant I'm not going to get into. But I'll put some of those links in the description below. My website's already out there, so look for those. As always, if you haven't already done so and you're first time here, don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, thanks Lambdax. Yes, I'm back. Like I said, it was some rough nights there at work, but I am back, and I look forward to being back the rest of the week, especially tomorrow night. So back on the normal. I just wanted to divert one night and play something a little off. This is not part of the Game of Day series. This is just gameplay from my MC-10. Tomorrow night we'll be back on to regular cartridge based to continue the Game of Day series, and so hopefully we'll get back on track with all this stuff. But if you, like I said, first time here, go ahead and subscribe if you like. Go ahead and if you liked the video, give me the thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give me the thumbs down. If you had any of these old systems that I talked about tonight, let me know about it. Put it in leave me a comment down below. Or go out to my website and leave me comments on my contact me page. Thank you always for